Good afternoon, ladies. If you do not know who I am, you can go to the playlists on my Global Man channel here on Rumble. You can watch some of the 1,300 plus videos I have published on that channel. If you want to ask me a question, please watch the video named as follows. MG25037, How to Ask Me a Question. Now, dear ladies, this blog post is called Invitation to Create Narriage. Please allow me to explain what I mean by this. Marriage is dead. You ladies have destroyed the institution of marriage as we knew it for over 4,000 years. Men will never support marriage ever again. If there is to be something similar to the idea of marriage in the past created in the future, then it will be called new marriage. When I thought about new marriage, it makes sense to call it narriage, starting with an N. So, I hereby define the new word narriage to mean new marriage. Old marriage is dead. Men do not want old marriage back. Old marriage cannot be fixed. New marriage is a possibility. But it is just a possibility at this stage. Men have no obligation to embrace new marriage any more than they had an obligation to embrace old marriage. Old marriage required a man's consent to enter into it. And ladies destroyed old marriage, and now only bad men want old marriage. Good men do not want old marriage. New marriage can be invented and developed over the next 4,000 years or so. I, Peter Andrew Nolan, am the inventor of new marriage, also to be called narriage from this point forward. That is what I mean by narriage. So, dear ladies, please allow me to move on with my blog post. You have destroyed the institution of marriage as we knew it for over 4,000 years. You have demonstrated your vows mean nothing to you. You have demonstrated your word means nothing to you. You have demonstrated that your signature on a contract means nothing to you. Us men have a saying, quote, "A man is as good as his word," end quote. That saying is the culmination of over 6,000 years of social development for men. Every man knows that other men will judge him based on his word. For a man to break his word even once after his 18th birthday, he will be suspected as being dishonest for the rest of his life by other men. We don't break our word. Those men who do, we punish severely. Or, at least we did until women had the vote. Dear ladies, you demanded equality. So, a woman is also as good as her word. That is how you demanded to be judged. Given that more than 95% of all divorces are caused by women breaking their word, we have judged you as worthless. The very same value that you place on your vows. The very same value you place on your word. The very same value you place on your signature on a contract. Nothing. Your word is worthless. And you're as good as and as valuable as your word. Worthless. Even worse, you did not stop at being worthless to us men. You actually went further and chose to become a liability. Dear ladies, in 2008, I warned you ladies that if you did not stop attacking men in the divorce courts, then men would stop marrying you. We are now there. The number one topic of women's videos on TikTok is, quote, "Where did all the good men go?" End quote. Marriage rates have collapsed. Birth rates have collapsed. And that is a good thing for all men. Dear ladies, in October 2010, I released my first free book called, quote, "Living Free in the Feminazi World," end quote. In that book, I proposed a remedy for the divorce courts. You can find the link in the description below. You can start reading at page 52 if you want to read what the proposed remedy was in 2010. This proposed remedy was very popular with men. Virtually every man who commented on it positively because the proposal was fair and just. You ladies hated it, and you said so. You hated it for the very reason it was fair and just. In the face of being offered a fair and just proposal for the divorce courts, you ladies doubled down on your support for the criminal divorce courts. You ladies doubled down on your criminal abuse of men in the divorce courts. I warned you ladies over and over again that if you do not stop your attack on men, they will walk away from marriage and children. If you want to talk to a lady who saw me saying these things, please go and talk to Karen Strawn. She was given the link to this book. Her claim is that she never read it. Oh well. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Dear ladies, that book was released nearly 15 years ago at the time of writing this blog post. For the last 17 years, you ladies have attacked me. For the last 14 years, you ladies have actively tried to have me murdered. You will claim, well, I did not do that. But a lot of your peers did, and you said, and did nothing to stop them or punish them. So, my message in this blog post today is this. I will teach young men to never get married and never have children for the rest of my life. I will teach them that children are not worth their time and effort, just like the 4 children I raised were not worth my time and effort. If you ladies wish to start the more than 1,000-year journey back to some semblance of credibility, if you ladies wish to start the more than 1,000-year journey supporting marriage so that a reasonable portion of the good men will consent to marriage with a woman, here is my proposal. Step 1. You ladies will take up donations and you will pay off my loans of $200,000 which I took out in order to buy food and pay rent while I fought you and your peers. You ladies may want to hide your faces as you collect that money because your peers will want to ruin your lives for supporting me. Step 2. You will openly and publicly support me in your own names using your own face. There will be no credit for women who are hiding in Step 2. Step 3. You will then start taking up payments to my compensation fund to compensate me for the $5 million it has cost me to fight you ladies. If you ladies had not fought me, I would not be $5 million out of pocket. So you owe me that $5 million. Step 4. Us men will hold an all-men's jury trial and 12 honest men of honor and integrity will establish the damages that women owe me for the crimes I have been subjected to. This jury trial is not about compensation for losses caused by you women. I will accept $5 million or euros as the amount of my losses. Step 4 is to assess the compensation for harm over and above lost income. There is the issue of my 19 days unlawful incarceration as a political prisoner to consider. And there is the issue of the kidnapping and abuse of the 2 children alleged to be mine to consider. The compensation payment assessed for the crimes I have been subjected to will be determined by 12 of my peers. That means it will be 12 honest men of honor and integrity who have also been unlawfully jailed as political prisoners and also had their children stolen and abused who will make this determination. You ladies were offered the opportunity to make that determination. You said no. And you have told us men for decades. Quote, no means no. End quote. We accept your no. We accept that you will not serve on a jury to put one of your peers on trial. We accept that you will not serve on an arbitration panel for one of your peers in a divorce situation. We accept your no as your answer. Step 5. You ladies will support the process of us men running jury trials for each and every person who committed a crime against me. That includes all the women who falsely called me a pedophile or a wife beater or similar. Step 6. Once we have done all that, then I will formally issue the proposal for Narriage in the future. This will be an updated version of the proposal in my book from 2010. The updated proposal will include the following conditions. In a marriage, the wife will be considered chattel property. She will be 100% reliant on his goodwill. In the event the man wishes to end the marriage, the wife will have 2 choices. She will accept his decisions, or she may ask for an arbitration panel to be established to decide the terms of the end of the marriage. That arbitration panel will consist of 12 honest men of honor and integrity who have been unlawfully jailed as political prisoners and had their children kidnapped and taken from them using the current system. The cost of the arbitration panel will be paid for by the wife from the proceeds that she is given by the husband. If the arbitration panel keeps the payments to the wife the same or reduces the payments to the wife, the cost of the arbitration panel will still be paid for by the wife. The vast majority of good husbands will see to it that a good wife is well taken care of. If a woman married a bad husband, then she gets what she deserves. This is exactly analogous to how tens of thousands of women have said to me that I just married the wrong woman and it's my fault I have been subjected to crimes because I married her. Dear ladies, we are going to do unto you what you were so happy to do unto us for decades. The moral of that story is that if you ladies get married in the future, then you had better make sure you are marrying a man who will take care of you properly if he ever decides to end his marriage to you. Also, a part of this proposal, the wife can end the marriage to her husband at any time. The wife can rescind her consent to be chattel property to her husband at any time. If the wife is ending the marriage to the husband, she waives her right to call for an arbitration panel. She will leave with whatever the husband is willing to give her. Period. A part of the proposal is that fathers will be considered the sole guardian of all children born from the woman during the marriage. If the wife rescinds her consent to be chattel property to her husband, then she leaves without the children. Paternity testing will be at the discretion of the husband. He may test the child for paternity on his sole discretion. As I said, we will only discuss how to establish marriage after I have been compensated for all the crimes I have suffered over the last 17 years. And ladies, if your response to this video is name-calling, don't be expecting us men to treat you like adults when you act like 5-year-old children. And with that, I hope you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I really appreciate that. Best regards, Esther, Peter's AI assistant.